Love that. Wonderful, you guys. We are here to talk about delegation today, which is thrilling. We got Mike in the house. Went fantastic. How many of you have never heard of WorkSitter? I think everybody has, which is really cool. Okay, everybody has. Awesome. We've got JR in the house, otherwise known as Jennifer. Great. All right, guys, let's do this. We've got an hour together today, so I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started, whether or not you're ready, because this is happening and it's going to be fun, right? See how fun it is already? It's super fun already because I'm on top of a slide, which is always a good place to be. So we're doing the delegation workshop. We're going to hand you a link in a couple minutes, but not quite yet because I just want to do a little bit of overview. Delegation is such a thing. It's such a thing. So we're super excited to be here talking about it. Again, thank you for pushing me just by being here to get this ready. Here's what we're going to do. We're in the welcome dance, so don't think there's any other sort of big welcome happening. It's just me and Gabby welcoming you. So welcome. We're going to talk a little bit about why we don't delegate. We're going to look at the delegation formula overview just to get a big, broad picture, and then we're going to try it on. We're going to spend about 20 minutes actually trying it on for a couple things. I really want to help you all think of delegation in a slightly different way. I know you're all at different levels of business, so take what you like and leave the rest. My goal here for each of you is to walk away with one thing that sparks your, oh, this could have been different. Oh, I could do this slightly different way sort of idea. So that's it. Everything we go to in life, we're looking for one tiny spark, right? So how did I get so good at delegating? Well, this is a very good question. I literally, y'all, I was not a good delegator. I still am a workaholic, Tiffany. Like, this is no joke. I love my work. I love that I get to do it. I love that I get to show up every day. I really, really enjoy it. And before I had some other priorities, that's all I did. And I loved it. I had no problem. Of course, society rewarded me. My business was not growing, but it was big enough. Like, I was fine, right? And I was happy. But then other priorities came into my life. Other priorities. These are the other priorities. My cute babies. And you know what? I realized that like my life and the time where you can pull all-nighters and it just wasn't like that anymore. And I didn't want it to be like that anymore. I had babies waking up in the middle of the night. Now you all might not have actual babies, but at some point in your life, there's going to be something different that you want to be a priority, quite potentially. Maybe it's just a different part of your work, right? Yeah, a lot of entrepreneurs are workaholics, Tiffany. I think that it sounds like a bad thing, but when you're doing what you love, why not? Right? Except for when you've got these sort of other priorities. When the second kid came along, I did some math and figured out I had 17 and a half hours to work in a week. That's it. 17 and a half hours. I had it all mapped out. And so delegation became like not something that people talked about. It was necessary. Like I was either going to delegate or I was going to stop working because I wasn't willing to compromise on quality, was not willing to compromise on quality, and I wanted to keep my business going. What I didn't realize was that this was going to be the main key to scaling, to growth. So why would you guys listen to me? Well, most of you know me. Some of you don't. So if you're here and you know me, then thanks. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for the credit. But I wanted to ask, like, I could give you a whole bunch of reasons why you wanted, but I just wanted to say, like, why wouldn't you? You're here. You made the time. I do like rabbits. Like, if you don't like rabbits, then maybe this is the time for you to go, because that might be a good reason to not listen to me. I like them a lot, you guys. I have 2 rabbits. I enjoy them so much. So yeah, maybe don't listen to me if you don't like rabbits. Oh, 3 people just left. That's okay. I'm telling you, Liv, we don't want people who don't like rabbits. Rabbits are amazing, right, Fred? Look at Chris. Chris, you're so handsome. I love it. All right. But I am a mentor. Besides loving rabbits, I am a mentor. I have literally mentored thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs in the last 20 years. I have a master's degree in business management. What else, you guys? I have a calling and a purpose and a passion to help entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial spirit move forward without guilt and shame. This is like it is my calling. It is my passion. Like I'm going to cry. I absolutely love it. So for no other reason, I want you guys to listen and to try this on because we're all on the same path here. We all want to be doing what we love and be doing it better. We all want community and team around us to some degree. So that's why we're here. And let's do this. Let's get the next step right. See, Jasmine joined us. Awesome. All right, you guys, delegation is hard. Delegation is hard, right? It's a design problem. It's a system problem. We think it's something we should be able to do, right? Delegation lives in your head, right? It lives in your head, right? Everything we're doing is in your head. Your work is, it's like a cloud, right? It's like a cloud in there, and in there you just, it doesn't, we don't think in SOPs. Let me put it that way. We don't sit down and think in SOPs, right? We don't think, oh, I'm going to do this, right? It's got something to do with like autopiloting, you guys, like our brains, like, this whole idea of like, if you had to wake up and figure out how to get out of bed every morning, you'd have a problem, right? You'd have to like, oh, do I put my legs down first? Do I raise my head first? Do I roll over? If you had to think that every morning, we wouldn't get further than the bathroom door before overthinking and being exhausted. So when we do our work, we also don't think it through in steps every single time, usually just in the beginning, right? Shadowing used to be this amazing way. And actually, wink, wink. An amazing thing with WorkSitter here, you guys. WorkSitter is the modern day shadowing. So I'll talk a little bit about that later. You all know that I advise WorkSitter. I love WorkSitter with all of my heart. They are so amazing and they have such a beautiful mission and they show up with such joy and caring. But shadowing's gone. I don't know if you all worked in a cubicle. Like literally, I worked on Wall Street in a tiny, like kind of pop-up, pop-down cubicle thing. And you got hired and you'd sit next to somebody for 3 weeks and take notes. And that's how delegation worked. That's how it worked. It's not like that for most of us. If you're here right now, it's probably not like that. Writing it down and writing it all out fails first. That's like the main thing people will tell you about delegation is like, just write it all down. Write down exactly what you want someone else to do. That doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. Now, if this is the second time you've hired for this position, sure, you'll have a lot of different things there, right? So definitely keep that in mind that like the first time you'd go to think to hand something off, writing it all out usually doesn't work unless you have the kind of brain that makes it work. But most of us don't. So if you're not like, oh, I always write it out first, then that's not you. Right? Doing it is faster. It's not just feels faster. It is faster in that moment, right? A lot of us, beautiful humans, a lot of entrepreneurs have two different times, right? Now and not now. That was one of the most powerful things I learned, actually. When I first read it, I was like, that's not true. And then like, I was like, wait a minute. Now and not now. So when you're about to do something, it's reached your now. I'm going to do it now. It's important now, right? If it hasn't reached it, then it's not now. Okay? So this is where the doing it feels faster because when you go to say like, oh, I need to delegate this, but it's on your mind, it's sitting in front of you, then it's become a now. And actually taking the time to hire someone to do that's a not now. So it's always going to feel like that. And even though you know it's going to pay off, it loses to the urgent thing in front of you, right? And then we've all been burned, quote unquote. Where's Ryan? I got to see Ryan's cute face. There it is, Ryan. We've all been burned. We've all done this. And I'm going to say this with a lot of love. So if you guys don't know me, if you're sitting here and you don't know me yet, maybe, plug your ears or something because this is going to sound a little bit harsh. It probably was your fault. Howard, I don't know you. Elizabeth, I don't know you either. Virginia, I'm sorry if you hate me. It probably was your fault, you guys, because what we do is we get this thing, we go, oh, could you help me with this? Can you just do this? And we go, blah. And then we literally look 20 minutes later and it's not done, right? Oh, thanks, Mike. Hard to hate. I appreciate that. But we've been burned before, but really we're burning ourselves. So this delegation system is set up for us to be able to get our side of this right. And then, yes, whoever we hire, however we work with somebody else, it could really be on them. It could, but we're going to provide the structure so that we'll really know because it's not going to be on us, right? So that's what we're going to do, you guys. I'm super excited. Here we go. We're going to look at, and welcome everybody new who's come in. We're going to look at this delegation formula overview. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. I know we have a lot of people with camera off. That's okay. But if you want to pop your camera on, it's always nice. Jeff, I know you're No, Jeff, you're not working anymore. Jeff used to work a full-time job, you guys, and he just quit. So why is cameras off? You've got to unhabit that, Jeff. I know that used to be your habit. You've got to unhabit that. It's
I
not right.
know.
Okay, okay, he knows. All right, but I'm serious. I'm going to be watching you. You know I am. Not just today. It doesn't have to happen today. Um, but you all, this is phenomenal, and it's phenomenal to be in community. I know some of you don't know each other yet, but why not? Let's get to know each other. Howard, so glad you're here, right? This is so cool. Hey, there's Greg. Look at him. Yay! Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're gonna look at this formula together. I have I've spent a lot of time with this and really worked it out. And this rendition is better than ever because I knew you guys were coming today. I didn't know Jasmine was coming, but I'm so glad she's here. She's good at holding my feet to the fire. So let's look at this. I'm going to reshare. I'm not going to hop you all around reshare. I just wanted to see everyone's beautiful face together. Let's do this. Does that work? No, it did not work. Come on, Tiffany, you're better than this. This is not. But you guys can see my layout now. You can see how I organize things. Ray was like, "Ooh, noted." Okay, back over here. We just need a little variance there. All right, the delegation formula overview. We are going to look at the doing now list. Oh my gosh, I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but this might be one of the most simple, but not easy, tricks to delegation. Side note, you guys, it's also the best tip for any sort of AI system you might be creating, but that's a whole other training. We're going to talk about whether or not it's essential, right? And yes, if you're sitting there worried about like, do I have to take notes? No, there's going to be a really amazing spreadsheet, right? That you may or may not love, but I think you will. I think you will. We're going to look at, do you like it? Why? Why? We are all running businesses. Why does it matter if you like what you're doing? Okay, so just like heads up, if you are sitting there going like that doesn't matter, and you also don't like rabbits, you definitely should just go now. Right? You should. I'm inviting you to leave. If you don't see value in liking what you do, let me know. I'm not saying we have to love everything we do, but we have to do some of what we love because this is that feeding of spirit, that feeding of entrepreneurial spirit, right? Whether you work for somebody else or you work for yourself, we all have that spirit inside us, right? So we're going to ask, do you like it? Right? We're also going to talk about glass balls and rubber balls. And if you are a member of Work Elevation and you remember who said that earlier this year, let me know because one of our speakers said that and I can't remember who it was. And I'd love to give that person credit. So if you remember, let me know. And then you might be thinking, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're good. We are not good. Not yet. You guys, the weekly yes. Oh, this is the system that takes the weight of remembering, of feeling guilty, of all the things that delegation has been in the past, takes it off of everybody involved. You, the team member, right? This is the system. I know when we get there, you guys are going to be like, but I'm in ClickUp, I'm in Asana. Okay, I still want this here. We'll talk about that later. All right, are we good? Thumbs up in the chat. Everybody following, tracking? Anybody super bored yet? No, if you're super bored, I'm going to put you into a breakout with Ray, and then you will never be bored again in your life because he's the most entertaining, gracious human on the planet. All right, everybody's good. Let's do this. Watch this, you guys. This is going to be so fun. Look. No, look that way. Look at that. No, that way. It is that way. Okay, I'm getting used to it. It mirrors here. There. Nope. There. There. Look at that. Finger. No, I can't move the finger too far with it. Okay, guys, this is it. Who doesn't like a Venn diagram? Nobody. Everybody loves Venn diagrams. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to look at your plate, like what you're actually doing now. I kind of just talked through this, but I just want to give you this visual, and we're going to find this number one thing to delegate. It's not going to be just one. We know that. But the first things to delegate are what falls into all of these. Oh, look at that, a typo. How fun. Rubber balls. It's supposed to say rubber balls. Life is so good. All right, we're going to get to essential and necessary now. This is, we'll fix this if you want, if you want the slides, we'll fix that. But you know, this is showing you how fast we roll together. All right, let's do this. And we are like tracking really well on time. So I'm excited about that. Let's look here. Ooh, we're going to do it. You guys ready to do this? There's enough talking, Jen. Enough talking. We're going to do this. So, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let's go back. We're not going to do this yet. You know what? I'm going to talk through it first. I'm going to talk through the worksheet and we're going to break it out and do it. Let's look. Okay, so here's our worksheet, you guys. It looks like this. I'm going to hand it out in a second. Gabby, get ready. Get those fingers ready. We're going to hand this out and you're going to make a copy in a second. This is the one with examples. So what I want to talk about here is we're going to start with this doing now list. And you guys are going to actually look and pull at least a couple things so we can work on this. This doesn't have to be genius. This is not for your whole world, the whole world to see. This is just for you at this point. We're going to go over whether or not it's essential, if you like it, and then the rubber ball thing. I will explain the rubber ball once we get there. So this is what it's going to look like, or maybe just half of these. You are going to get a link right now, and it looks like this. It's all empty and clean for you. So there it is. Yay, Gabby, thank you. So everybody pop on that link that's in the chat. You can always message in the chat if you're having issues with it, meaning opening it right now, or you can side chat Gabby here if you, I don't know, want to ask her about her beautiful plants in the background or, you know, any sort of thing like that. But go ahead and make a copy for yourself. Because this is not, this is a training and a workshop. Like, I'm not just going to tell you guys what I've learned over the past 50 years. I'm going to, we're going to do some of it. We're going to workshop it. So I'm not saying we're getting it all out today, right? So let's get in here. All right. Let's see in the chat, once you've made a copy, if you guys can put an emoji. Maybe your favorite emoji, maybe just the first emoji that pops up. Put that in the chat. Ooh, nice. All right. All right, we got Ellie and we got Ray. There we go, copied. Excellent, there's the rabbit. Get JR so good at this stuff, right? It's so good, I love it. What else we got? Okay, we got a monkey. Just not gonna talk, not gonna talk. All right, smiley face, I love it, big smiley face. We've got a thank you. Love it. All right, everybody else, you guys getting this? Anybody having troubles? There we go. Oh, Greg, look at that. Studious. I like it. I like it. All right, you guys. I know some of you have already started. Slow down just a second. We're ahead of schedule, so you don't have to stress. There we go. Howard's got it. Tiffany, did you get it? No? Put in the chat. Yes, Tiffany got it. Okay. Everybody else get it? I know what it means to multitask. So hopefully if your camera is off, it doesn't mean that you are like jogging or something. It's okay if you are. Ray, quite possibly, but not yet. I don't want to distract you too much. So, all right, you guys. Elizabeth, Virginia, hope you're good. Jasmine, Liv, hope you're good. Howard, you put something in there? Howard, did Howard? Oh, Dan. Ooh, Dan's making movies. Like, oh yes, Howard's this cat smiley face. Okay, we are good. JR is bored. She's very fast, so we have to keep going here. Look at this. We're gonna do it now. Get your fingers ready. Da, 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 da. Or if you use Whisper Flow, get your one finger ready. If you guys don't use Whisper Flow, what? Who are you? Literally, if you don't use Whisper Flow, the second we hang up here, please do go download it and try it. It's free. You never have to type again. Phenomenal. So, okay, that was a side note. Oh, other cool thing. Do you guys know that you can zoom in on your the Zoom's shared screen? Like if you didn't know that and you know that now, you'll be like, I went to this whole hour-long workshop just for that. You can actually go onto the screen that I'm sharing and you can zoom in. So if you happen to have eyes that have been on this planet for almost 50 years, it's a great trick. Okay, enough of the tricks, Jen. I want you guys to do this. We are going to spend 5 minutes. How? Oh, I love that, Dan. You literally just, however you would Zoom, if you have a trackpad, you do that. You separate your fingers. If you have a mouse, I don't use a mouse. I don't know how to do it. But however you would Zoom, that's how you Zoom. Like, so literally I do this and it like will Zoom open it. Got it. Okay, good. Okay. I know it's great. Like when someone shares their spreadsheet with you guys, and I'm like, are you kidding me? You cannot see that. And they're 20 years old. And you're like, oh, you don't understand. There's no way I can see that. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay. We're going to do this now. This is thrilling. Get ready. I'm going to put a timer on and I'm going to put some music on because why not? We're going to enjoy this together. We are going to do this. And let's just say that you're watching this later, meaning none of you here live, or some of you here live who don't have your camera on. Maybe you are jogging or taking the kids to school because you live in Hawaii. I don't know where you live, and it's also summer. So I don't know. You're doing something, right? And you're going to watch this later. When we do this workshop, do it. Do it. And for you guys live here today, let's do this now because you've already dedicated this time to be here. So let's do this now. All right. We are going to have a little cute timer. You're going to be so impressed. Fred is going to be so impressed. It doesn't show up yet. It's going to show up in a second. I hope it's going to show up in a second. Okay, but we're going to do this. I'm going to play some music and we are going to open your calendar. Here's the biggest trick, Misty. I don't want you to overthink this. All right. I know Misty is very smart. I want you to open your calendar and your current to-do list. And I want you to look at what you are actually doing this week. Right? You can look past a couple days. You can look at today and tomorrow. But what are you actually doing? When we start with delegation, your next step of delegation, I don't care if you have a team of 50 people. When you start with delegation, the next thing you're going to delegate, I want you to look at what you're actually doing now. Right? We will have a section for what you're doing in the future, meaning those ideal things. It's down here. It's called the future list. Oh, see the timer? Isn't that cute? So cute. It is down here. So say you're sitting there going like, oh, but I need to send out those marketing campaigns. Are you doing it now? If the answer is no, it's going to go here. Don't stress. We'll keep it safe. We're not throwing it away. It's okay. We're going to find some space so that maybe you can do some of those things that are not necessarily necessary now, but will be in the long run. So I want you guys to start building this to-do list. We're going to put 5 minutes on the clock. Look at your calendar, what you're actually doing now, and write down what you're actually doing, and vague is fine. I'm going to open up some examples here for you all. Man, even at 125, it's hard for me to see this. But come on in and we're going to do this. Don't pay attention to all this stuff yet. Oh yeah, I can get rid of it. There we go. I'm going to get rid of all that stuff. Just doing the doing now list. That's it. That's all I want you guys to do. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. Even better. Oh, but I can't do the timer on this one. Okay, we'll go back over here. Build your doing now list. 5 minutes. Side message me if you got any questions. Here we go. All you're doing is filling out the doing now list. Don't look at anything else yet. There's more instruction. We're doing this live together, step by step. Look at your calendar. Look at your to-do. What are you actually doing now? So what I mean by actually do now Like stuff that's on your to-do list for this week, stuff you actually did, answer client emails, create different graphics. What's on your to-do list this week? Good question. With that, live trainings is something you're doing this week. Don't make to-do lists. Go ahead and look at your calendar. What did you do on your calendar? Don't have a calendar, think about what you were planning on doing. What do you do to keep your business? There's stuff that you do to keep your business running. Client calls, is it a team meeting? Networking events? Another minute now. A couple more things out. Actually, look at your calendar. Stepped away in your head, step back. Okay. Sorry about my mic not picking up over the music. I didn't know that was a thing, so now we know. New mic setup. So, how did that go? Thumbs up in the camera? Yeah, pretty good. We got something. Everybody got a couple things. Good questions in the chat. Thank you for those. Liv, definitely, if you just get a couple things out, that will be enough for us to keep going. All right. We're going to look at the next step. So this is on your worksheet, the next step over. I'd like you to go step by step with me for this first time. Truth is, you'll probably do something like this or this worksheet many times. That is the goal, right? We want to delegate. We have a first level delegation. We have a second level. We have a third level. Right now, we're looking at this next column, and it's essential. I want you guys to really like hone in and think about this because I know we think everything is essential. It's all essential. Is it? Like slow down and look at it. Is it essential? What I'm talking about is for your business to keep running. Well, Jen, but if I don't do the marketing, that's true. That's true. Come with me. Is it essential that this happens right now? Right? That's the first question we're asking. Is it essential or can it wait? If you had something that made it down to your future list, I'll leave it down there. We are not touching that. That just sits down there for now. But we're going to look at this is it essential column. All right. So is it essential? Essential now or can wait are the options. So we're just going to spend 2 quick minutes here, probably just one. So come on in. Let's do that. 1 minute, go through and assess your list. Is it essential? And when I say essential, y'all, I'm looking at like, in order for your business to keep happening, like in order for you to keep delivering on what you've sold, is it necessary that this happens? Right? Is it necessarily that this happens? And this is where we can play with this too. So let's just get some stuff out for now. Good questions. Ryan, did you have a question?
It was really just about that, if you could clarify, but I think
Yep.
that's helpful.
Yep. Yep. So I put a little note up here on your, and maybe this is helpful, maybe it's not, but let's see, what did I write? Not everything is essential right now. Use the can wait if it can wait, or it is a nice to have. A lot of the stuff on our to-do list is a nice to have. We are dreamers, right? Yes. So insurance is not renewed yet, right? Is it lapsed? Right? If it's lapsed, it's probably pretty essential. Is it renewing in 2 months? It's not essential right now. What kind of work do you do? Like I could argue that you don't need insurance if depending on what kind of work you do. So yeah, this is a question. It's essential now. But yes, if you don't want to work without insurance, then let's say it's essential now. It's essential that you get that done. Absolutely. Good questions, y'all. Good questions. All right, time's up on that. Next, we are going to look at the next column, which is, do you like doing it? Oh my gosh. Do you like doing this? Now, this is not black and white. This is often where we get really confused. So again, step by step, let's go slow. I want you guys to look at this. Do you like doing it or not? Right? That's this column C. I'm going to hide column D so you guys don't get distracted right now. Hide. You'll see there's options here. Okay. There's 100%. I love it. Like I love doing it. I love everything about it. Right? There's most of it I like. Yeah, I like a lot of it. I like a little bit of it. Not all of it, but a little bit. And I absolutely don't like it. Like absolutely don't like it. When I do it, I think, oh, I just got myself a job that I tried to leave. Like this is awful, right? But what do you like it and to what degree? Right? Now this is your worksheet now, you guys. So if you want to make a different degree in there, like if you want to put percentages, 50%, you can do whatever you want. It's your worksheet now. You made a copy, you own it, right? So here's where you want to come on in and I want you to go through. We'll just do about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. I know you guys already started, but do you love it 100%? Most of it? A little bit of it? Absolutely don't love it. I just don't love it. And I don't mean it. I'm saying it, but I mean doing it. The doing of it. Come on in. Let's look at that. I want you guys to sit in this and think about it. Don't try to be too clever. Again, this is for your eyes only. So you try to be honest. With yourself, honest with yourself. So let's get that all done. Any questions on do you like doing it? Makes sense? Okay. Yay. All right. Now we are going to look at glass ball, rubber ball. So pause, come back over here. We're going to do this fun thing. Gabby and I realized we can do this fun thing, but I didn't do it when I was supposed to. Look, oh, come back here. that fun? You guys not smiling? Isn't that funny? Okay, it's funny. I think it's funny. Oh, I can't get enough of my. Okay, glass balls versus rubber balls, you guys. This is a really cool concept. So when it comes to delegating, there are different things we can delegate, and we're going to assess this in a minute, right? There's glass balls. And when we have a glass ball, if I take a glass ball and I toss it up in the air and I send it over to Tiffany and she catches it, phew, good catch, Tiffany. Good job, right? If I take that glass ball and I throw it over to her and she just was looking that way, it's going to shatter. Right? So glass balls are the tasks. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can skip ahead real quick. The task that we do that if you drop it, it shatters, right? And is a high consequence for handoff. We're not going to hand these things off first, right? We're not going to hand those things off first. What we are going to handle are the rubber balls. What happens if I sit here and I throw Dan a rubber ball, catches it, yay! I throw him the ball and he doesn't catch it. It bounces, maybe even right back into my hands. And I go, oh, you know what? Let me sit down and work on this with you a little bit more. Let's create an SOP. I'm going to talk, and as I'm talking, let's record it. And then if you could create an SOP, and this is how you hold this rubber ball, this task. And Dan's like, oh, yeah, I just didn't get that part and this part, right? So we're going to create the training, which training on how to train is a whole nother training. But I do have to give a shout out to WorkSitter again. They are natural at this. I think of it as painless delegation. They do sit with you. They're already sitting with you. You can just hit record and say, hey, can you make an SOP for me later? I'm going to talk through how I'm doing this right now because it's urgent and it's important and I want to do it right now and I got to do it because this client is waiting on it. So I'm going to do it right now. But let's record it. Could you create an SOP? Sure. Amazing, right? So we're going to start looking at everything we had is glass balls or rubber balls when it comes to delegation. Is this something that if it's dropped, right, it bounces right back for more training? Low consequences if the handoff is messy, right? This can be a process, right? So when we look at this, some good examples of glass balls would be client trust, your money, legal situations, reputation, live, in your case, insurance, right? Probably something you don't want to just delegate and forget about, right? You want to actually know it's done. You want to do it yourself, at least this time. Maybe next time someone else can help you. And the rubber balls, good examples would be like box triage, scheduling, formatting, research, right? Reoccurring admin items, right? These are some of the first things we're going to hand off. When you think of this, you guys, I know like some alarms went up of like, no, email is actually really important. What if I miss a client message, right? I don't know each of you 100%. Some of you I don't really know yet at all. But I don't know if we have any like firefighters here or any surgeons here. I'm guessing we probably don't. Maybe we do. If we do, then, don't listen to this part. But y'all, what we do for a living is not life or death. Losing a client's a big deal. I'm not saying that. That's our glass ball. But if an email gets missed for a day, probably not life or death. Right? And I'm going to show you how to set up the system to make sure everything is tracking so that you're not just hoping when you delegate that it's getting done. Right? So unstress yourself. Oh, wait, we hopped ahead. Sorry, got excited there. So I want you to come on in to that last column right here, column D, right? And you're going to designate, is it a rubber ball or a glass ball? And in the little note there, I put some stuff, what it is if it's a rubber ball, okay, if it bounces back to you, if you hand off this task and it comes back to you, right? And a glass ball. So take a minute and go through, and I want you guys to really think on this one. Why can't I do the timer? There we go. I want you guys to really think about this and be as honest, I guess, with yourself as possible. Is it a glass ball or is it a rubber ball? Is there any room for it to be okay if it's not perfectly done in the first couple of weeks? Look at your list. You guys have a list of a few things now. We can keep building this list, but for right now, are those things glass balls or rubber balls?
And I have a question.
Yes.
Should we think about whether these balls are glass or rubber for the company or for ourselves or for example, like if I drop a ball for the client, maybe it's glass for them, but it doesn't necessarily affect the company as much. Could you say more about that?
Ooh, what a good question. So it's going to go to a whole bunch of things, Ryan, and core values are always at the
Mhm.
root of any judgment call,
Yeah.
right? So, if one of your core values is that you sincerely care for your clients and their well-being, then if the ball is dropped and a client is devastated, then yeah, it's probably devastating, right? Now you've got to, this is your discernment, is your opportunity here to say like, well, this client got so mad because an email wasn't responded to within 3 minutes. Like they're still shattered themselves, but that's a personal problem. So you're going to have to judge it a lot, right? Now, if you told a client that you were going to show up and pick them up and take them to their next job, right? And you don't show up and they really wanted that job and they spent all morning preparing, then yeah, that's a pretty big bummer. Like, did the world end? No. Did you truly let down one of your people? Yes. Right. So the system, the weekly yes is I'm going to show you in a second, is the way that we make sure everybody's on track and moving, but there is the moment to moment, making sure things are happening. So you're going to have to discern that. You're going to have to sit within and say like, is this a glass ball or is this a rubber ball? Now I'll tell you what's going to happen right now, and I hear this in what you're saying too, is that there's a really good chance that you're not going to know is it glass or it's rubber. And if that would tell me, like if we were to do a one-on-one, Ryan, I'd say like, okay, break this out.
Mhm.
Which team call are you talking about? Put two different lines here. Team calls that I lead, team calls that I don't lead. Oh, okay. Well, the team calls that I don't lead, totally a rubber ball, right? The team calls that I do lead because they're like super essential and they need my advisement. Well, then that's like I'm not going to hand off advising the team calls because that's my role, right? That's my job. It's actually something I love to do, right? Mentor calls for me, like mentoring my people, right? It is essential. It's basically what I do. I love it. I love every single second of it. Even when it's hard, even when somebody is not doing their work and they're feeling bad, I love it, right? And I will never hand that off, except, right? And we'll get to this in a second. If you hire another you, I have what, I don't know, Jer, how many mentors do we have? 15, 16 mentors at Work Elevation? But it didn't start that way, right? So this is a now list. Come back to that big fun word now, right? Don't stress too much. This will change. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but this will change. And whether it's essential will change, right? What it looks like will change. If you like it, will also change, right? And whether or not it's a glass or rubber ball can also change. So this is not a one and done, right? We're going to keep working on this. Any other good questions or bad questions? Okay, so we got a list. Now I'm going to show you guys something really fun. I think spreadsheets are really fun. I know not all generations think spreadsheets are really fun, but stick with me, all you generations out there. I put these filters in here, and this is what I'd like you to do. Now, if this is like, whoa, I can't, don't, that's too much, then just ignore me. But what I like to do is I like to come in here into the essential list. I like to sort by essential now. So I'm going to get rid of the can wait. And now only the essentials are going to show up. So only the essentials. Then I'm going to come over here to the do I like it? And I'm going to unclick the 100% I love it because I'm building my delegation list, right? So we want only the greens to show up here. When we get over to rubber ball, we only want to see the rubber ones. So unselect or deselect the glass. This is our list of things we can start delegating. You all get that? So we're going to go and click on only the essential now, right? We're not even looking at that future list. We're going to go, do you like doing it? Just get it to where only the greens are here. So these are the things that you don't love 100%. And rubber ball, we only want rubber balls here. This is your list. This is when you reach out to whomever for help, whether it's a current teammate, whether it's a WorkSitter, which I love, of course, whoever you might be handing this off to, this is your first list. Hey, I need some help with this stuff. I don't have it SOP'd yet. And here's something else I want to say, and this is really important. I'm gonna make myself big so you guys know how important this is. I know that there's parts of each of these things that you still need to be doing until somebody's trained. And maybe there are parts of this that you still need to do even when somebody's trained. In my organizations, I move the money. I move the money. I will always move the money. I'm not the one who decides where the money goes. I'm not the one who sends the money out, but I move the money into like payroll account, right? I move the money. Why? Because this is my field as founder, as owner, whatever this is, it's mine, right? As a leader, that's one of the things that I will not be delegating. Now, have I delegated the rest, of course, of payroll? Of course. Didn't start that way. Build up trust. You hand off the rubber balls. Hey, can we do this? Hey, can we do that? Hey, can we do this? Right? And we build the SOP, right? And then we track it. So in each of these things, you might be thinking, there's no way I could hand that off. I can't hand that off. We're going to break it down. In any good SOP, say there's 20 steps, you might still be needed for 1, 7, and 19. Great, Dan. Do 1, 7, and 19. Don't do all the other steps. Okay? You don't want to get bogged down in the mental load. Then you go back. I know you just looped. You just looped to like, oh my God, this is a lot of work. It is. Delegation is not our first instinct. It is not urgent. It is extremely important. I would say for your business to keep going, it's extremely important. But definitely if you're trying to grow your business, then it's essential. All right, so here's your list, you guys. Copy paste this over into an email. Send it off to whomever you're looking at hiring or a teammate you already have. Right? This is it. This is your list of things we can start working on delegating. All right. Last but not least, one of my favorite things in the
Quick
world.
question, Jennifer,
Yes,
if I might. Sorry,
please.
I wanted to try to get a question in before you change
Oh, yes,
slides.
sorry. Yes.
So, what about delegating things that are not essential now?
When that list is cleared of the essential now, other things will become more essential. If you are a funded startup, gosh, you guys, I could sit on this all day long. If you're a funded startup, right? Let's just say, Howard, that you are a funded startup, and let's say you've got $500,000 to make this business happen this year, right? Sure, go hire some brilliant people, right? If you are a self-funded, but you have made your budget and you have said, I have 6-month runway and I have $10,000 a month, and if at the end of this I have nothing, I'm still fine because I've got this other money and da-da-da, fine. Go hire some brilliant people. Go hire a marketing company. Great. If you are not a funded startup, or if you do not have a large run rate right now where you're like, yeah, actually, like we spend 20 grand a month, but we bring in 100 grand. So like I could run some new systems for a while and it's not going to cause me any pain. Fine. But if you're not in those situations where you have tons of funds and you're okay investing and exploring on how to hire other people, right? Then I want you to start with the stuff you're doing now that you don't like doing that will not shatter if you hand it off and it's not received correctly, right? I want you to start with that because when you get those things off your plate, you guys, when you get those things off your plate, you have more space to be brilliant, to do more of the things you love, more of the things you're really good at. And when you have space to do more of the things that you're really good at, your business will grow. But the essentials have to still be covered. So on that future list, right, or the can wait list, as soon as you hand off the top 5 things, and it's not tomorrow, it's not happening tomorrow, you guys, you're not handing it off tomorrow and it's done. Your leadership, your guidance, your training are still going to be needed. You're building something. You're building something. You're not buying a franchise, right? Like you guys have decided that you want a house and you're going and you're laying down cement and putting the foundation down. And then you're going to put up some, I was going to say sticks. Don't hire me to build your house. Some planks, some boards, some walls. I don't know. Like you're building your business. You didn't buy a condo. You didn't buy a franchise unless someone here bought a franchise. Then it's a different story, and you still need to delegate like crazy. So some of it applies. But you're building it. The essential now is your first list to delegate. Get rid of that first. Hand that off first. Then bring some of those other ones up. Does that work right? That was a brilliant question, by the way.
Thank you. I got it.
Okay, because
Sounds good.
we're amazing humans. We're amazing dreamers. We dream big. We see the whole world every single day. We wake up and we are so excited to be alive and to get to do what we do. And yes, we never fall short of ideas. So that list will get really long. Ooh, I should do this. Ooh, what if I wrote a book? Ha! Yeah, future. Not now. Not essential right now. Okay. Hopefully you guys heard that. Good, right? Good question. Excellent question. All right, guys, last but not least, let's get on to this good stuff here. Not this. We're done with that. The weekly yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this, Tiffany. I just totally thought of you, Tiffany, when I thought of that. The weekly yes. This is so exciting. So here we go, loves. Here we go. The weekly yes is the system to make sure all of this is working, right? It is brilliant, if I don't say so myself, right? Delegation fails because we don't track it. We float it out into the universe. We hope someone caught it. Actually, we assume somebody caught it. I always assume somebody caught it. We assume they understood exactly what we didn't say. And then we wonder why it didn't happen, right? So this is what the weekly yes looks like. You have it now. I started with a monthly. Maybe that was a bad call. Let me get over here. It is the second tab over. You guys all have this. Yours looks naked. We'll fill it up. Yes, I can get you the examples or at least the slides. Mike, you asked for that. So let's look here. One of the things that I want to point out is that this is not business KPIs. Business KPIs are slightly different. Key performance indicators are how much money do we have in the bank? How many leads do we have? This is a whole different workshop. So if you're looking at this going like, this looks like a KPI tracker, it's not. It's a PI tracker. They're not key. They're just, we're just wondering if we're just tracking if this stuff happened. So here you've handed off some stuff. Your teammate that you've handed it off to have created some SOPs, right? All of this had my name on it until we started to grow a team, right? JR was like, wait a minute, I'm on there. Ellie's like, I'm on there. Yes, you are. Yay. Thank you so much for being part of the team. And here we go. So here's some stuff. I like the weekly yes to be weekly, right? However, there's definitely some space for monthly, even if you spell monthly wrong, there's some space for monthly things. There is a hidden column, by the way, FYI, that's timing. I hide it because we don't need it for this training. But here it is. And what's the task? Right? The goal is to keep this as simple as possible. The goal is to keep it to the things that every single week we want to say yes to. If there is stuff that is like overflow, WorkSitter has an amazing system of having overflow, right? So there's a task we do every single week. There's the task that you asked me to do once that I'm going to do. And then there's the stuff that I will do if I have more time, right? Like if you have a membership with WorkSitter for 10 hours a week, but the teammate is on Wednesday and they've only used 5 hours, and you're like, oh, I don't have anything else this week, they go straight to this list, right? And we track it, and this is like overflow. So it's not essential this week, but it's great to be done. And can you do it if you have extra time, right? And then every single week, I love Mondays for this because it's the way I can hold the week in my head, but whatever works for you and your team is fine. But the previous week, if you're going to do the previous week, like if you're doing it on a Wednesday, it's really hard to think all the way back and not think of the last 2 days. So that's just a side note. But yes, did it get done? Yes or no? There's no maybe, there's no in the middle. Everything has to be filled out. Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? Be clear here. If you want to put a note of like, oh, what is this actually? You can put a little note for people. Don't have to overthink this. It doesn't have to be fancy. Yes, I know it's also in Asana, teamwork, ClickUp, This is a quick visual way to see. This is just this essential stuff, right? It's not the non-essential that we're really tracking here. And this will change, right? So that is one of the best tricks here. You know, I know we're coming up on time, so I want you guys to focus on that. But let me finish by saying, rinse and repeat, right? Delegation is like sweeping. You don't sweep the floor once. You got to keep sweeping it. Why? Because we keep living. That's how this works. This worksheet is to be looked at continually. If you can look at it once a month, pop it on your monthly WorkSitter appointment or whatever you do in the beginning of the month. Pop it in there and make yourself a to-do or a calendar item of like, and link this saying review this worksheet, because it will change. It will grow with you, right? If y'all can put it on your calendar right now, my heart would sing. You know, delegation formula. Look at it every first Monday of the month. Just look at it. Maybe nothing's changed. Maybe everything's changed. Maybe you are going to be so sick of this sheet, you're going to be like, I don't want to look at it. I look at it every day. I look at it every week because this is also here. Great. Come on over to this tab and reassess every single month. Howard, great to meet you. If you guys have to jump. I can stick around for a little while. You all rock. Oh, I wanted to say. Wait, point this way. I wanted to say that WorkSitter is here to support you. They're phenomenal. Absolutely love WorkSitter. And I want you to try this out. If you start working with WorkSitter or you try to delegate and it's not going well or it's going well, I will personally meet with you to review your delegation plan within that first month. Do we have a link set up? Gabby just went, we don't have a link set up. We don't have a link set up yet. Well, just email. You guys know our email. Like, just message out. If you don't know our email, it is on the last tab. There is WorkSitter info. We have a WhatsApp that you can text, email, and a website. Very nice website, I have to say. Well done, team. Well done. So come on in. If you guys literally, if you start this and you're like, I don't believe in it, it's not going to work. I tried it before. I'll definitely meet with you. I would love to. That is it for now. Thanks so much, Dan. Good to be with you. If you guys want the slides, just email Gabby or email that hello at there. Oh, Gabby put it in there. Good job. And we can send you over the slides. You guys have the worksheet. Feel free to use it. Feel free to make a copy, hand it to your teammates, right? Really important that you guys focus on what's being done now that is essential that you can hand off, and then track on that weekly yes. Track on the weekly yes. It might be clunky to start. Try it on. See how it works. Does that sound good? Yeah? Okay. Amazing. Well done. Well, I can hang out. If anybody has any questions or thoughts, I'm here to hang out for a little bit. You guys come off mic. If you got to go because you have another call, I totally understand. Or if you got to go because you're so bored, or, you know, Greg looks like he might want to go get some coffee. I don't know, Greg. Whatever you guys want. Fred, bye. Liv, good to see you. Bye. Bye, JR. Bye, Chris. Be well. Fantastic. Bye, Dan. Fantastic. Anybody got any questions? No stress if you don't. It's totally fine.
Yeah, I'd like to have a short discussion, if you don't mind. Sorry if I spoke over, was that Liv who asked the question? But first of all, phenomenal training. Thank you. Thank you so much for including me in the invitation. This is exactly where I'm at, like living this day to day. How do I create and follow my SOPs? What SOPs do I want? What can I delegate, right? That's the next step for me. Obviously, I'm thinking about that. That's why I asked about, essential versus non-essential.
Yep.
And to me, there's just so much vagueness around lead generation, lead nurturing, follow-up, emails, texts, right? Because it all just kind of, like you described earlier, it's all like swirling in my head.
Yes.
And so I'm trying to decide, you know, priorities. What's my do now list? What can I delegate? And I don't really have anyone to delegate it to right now,
Right.
nor could I actually afford a WorkSitter right now.
Right.
But I want to set this up so that future it grows. I can do that. We've got some incredible opportunities for customers. So the
Yeah.
volume, the cash should flow soon.
So I would say, Ray, this is where I want you to get really clear. And if you need to meet with a mentor or bring it to our group next week of like, hey, you guys, I did this workshop. Look here. I like, what is this really? What did I mark essential correctly? Like from your outside view, do you think? Because there's things that you're doing and maybe they didn't even make it on the list, but they're not essential. And I am not saying you guys that you need to work 80 hours a week. That is not what I'm saying. But founder energy when you're starting something new, is required. So this is where we're going to look at it and we're going to, pour into the things that are going to be rendering your business viable. And we want to make sure that you have plenty of time to go on walks and to eat dinner and to sleep and all of that. I'm not saying give up, being human. Keep being human. But we got to look and see what's essential and what's not. And we're going to probably look a little bit about what are you efficient at? Like if there's something you're doing and you absolutely hate it, you're probably not very efficient. Right. So there's some mindset stuff we can work on with that. But we really got to get honest and real about what's essential right now for the business to keep stepping forward and to potentially grow some. And we need to set aside stuff that is completely elsewhere. That is not essential now. So that's maybe some mentorship. And Liv, we do work elevation. It does include one-on-one, and you and I can definitely talk about that at some point. It's really fun. Yeah. I love that. Yay. And Liv, did you have a question too?
Yeah, I was just wondering how long it's like a 20-minute check-in once a month
Oh
or
yeah,
something like that.
30 minutes. Yeah,
Oh,
they're 30
wonderful.
minutes and yeah, they're
Thank you.
yeah.
That's very well designed, and you found a way to make mentoring affordable and accessible. So great on that.
Liv,
Like
I
you've
think
done
so
that with
too.
WorkSitter, you're doing it with Work Elevation. I have so much respect for your work and your vision and the team that
Wow, thank you.
I have been benefiting from for the past 2 years, including Gabby and your other team members and Fred.
Yes.
So thank you so much for the work that you do. And for sponsoring that ADHD conference, which I never went, but that was a 7-hour rabbit hole one day. I'm like, what's this conference? Who are these people? Who's WorkSitter? Otherwise, I don't think I would have ever found you. Like,
I'm telling you, we need to do that conference again.
SEO.
That conference was like the most amazing thing, and it was.
He's not going to do it anymore.
We've been begging him to do it again, and he hasn't. So maybe I'll beg him again.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. I love it.
I don't know if this is a good question or not, but like there is a very repetitive task that I have been manually doing because there's so many details to it. There's like OneDrive, Google Drive. There's like several different apps, several different platforms. It just strikes me as the kind of thing that agentic AI could take over and just like, yeah, clearly here's what you want over here, and here's the order you want your bookmarks in, and it's highly customized. And so far, the way I've been figuring out how to kind of like, I know I like the motto of slowly delegating is just like, let's just do 5 tasks where you look at 5 new clients' LinkedIn profile for me. And then slowly add, okay, now look in the LinkedIn profile and generate, and then, run it through my AI so that I can anonymize it. But like, it's like a 50-step task.
It is.
That I do every single time I have a new client. And I know it's so delegatable, but I like delegating things where the people can win, where whoever I'm delegating to can succeed well. But that takes, as an instructional designer, it takes a lot of work to lay it out.
Yes. Yeah. So I would say like there's so many thoughts in that. And this is definitely how our minds go. And we're so grateful. We're so lucky to have such amazing minds, right? That can think of 75,000 things every single second. And I would say like the conversation of like, is this something I should automate? I almost brought that into this workshop and I kept bringing it out, right? Because automation is its own huge rabbit hole. And personally, I am not very good at automating with like Zaps and whatnot. And I do have team members like JR and Gabby and Fred who are really much better at that sort of thing. So it's much better for me to say, hey, can we figure out a way to do this? That's not to say, Liv, that I am not completely in love with OpenClaw and exploring and using it and failing with it all the time and having some success. But I definitely love those agents for sure. I would say the best case scenario, do you use Whisperflow yet?
Whisperflow? No, haven't
Oh my gosh. Please, friend, please. Oh my gosh. I'm almost gonna cry. It's like the best thing in the world. I'm looking it up. Whisper Flow. It is free. If you run out of stuff in a week, you can just have 2 accounts. I'm like, I feel bad saying that, but it's true, and I do it. Let me pop it in here. Here it is, Whisper Flow. And you just talk, and it intelligently transcribes, but it doesn't transcribe while you're talking, because when I do voice to text and I look at it and it goes, no, that's wrong, and it stops me. Whisper Flow, you hold down a button, you talk and talk and talk and talk. You don't see it until the end. And it also, it intelligently compiles it, so if you're like, oh, I think for this SOP, we want to do collect all the books, move them to the shelf. No, scratch that. Collect the books, put them on the floor. And then all that it will come out with is just that last part. So if you say like scratch that or something, it actually does it. It's brilliant. Brilliant. So for something like that, where you're like, hey, I've got this client and here's the 75 steps I would do, Whisper Flow it out to get that initial crazy SOP, run that through Claude, use Whisper Flow in Claude to be like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm about to list out everything I do, crazy mind of mine for da 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 da, and I'd love to create an agent that could do this. I'm not convinced I'm going to create it in Claude, because you don't want them to convince you. I might do it with OpenClaw. I don't know yet. That's not the point, but you can just keep rambling. Right? It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal for Founder's Brain. Founder's Brain and Whisper Flow are best friends. Best friends.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Definitely will be looking into it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you get held up, and this is why I kept it out of this workshop and this training, if you get your foot caught in the door of automation and AI, go back to humans. The humans can help you with AI and automation. They can help you think through the process. Go back to humans, right? That's my go-to. Is if I can't, like, which I think AI, what is the fail rate is like 95% or something. So know that you're probably going to fail 95 times out of 100, but those 5 times you succeed are going to be really, really fun. But AI it's just so failable right now. So know that also. It's a hobby. For me, it can't be something that I'm paid to do, because it's just a hobby at this point. Better is to ask somebody on my team to create like 3 or 4 zaps that actually work. Right. Mike, you have your hand up.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's not
it's-
assume that, yeah, thanks, Liv. Also a Gabby fan, so appreciate what you guys are all doing. But let's not forget that humans are not a 95% success rate either.
But
Yes.
investing in humans is 100%. Invest in humans. If they can't handle it, that's okay. But that's my opinion. Go ahead, keep going, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking of right of the failure of many humans around me. So it's including myself. So it's yeah, okay. I'm hearing you. Anyway, put that aside for the moment. So the thought that I had was I need help overcoming this SOP idea that you have, because I hate wasting time. It bothers me. It's hard enough for me to put together a proposal when I see that this person was never really interested at the beginning. It just, drives me crazy. So for example, I did these SOPs on Zoom video, and I'm like, okay, now where did they go? And I know that they're stored somewhere on Zoom, but they want me to now upgrade to get those back again, I think. And I'm just like, are they, the software's updating, my CRM's going to change, it's all going to be new. And so why am I wasting my time doing all this stuff is how I feel now with my new assistant that I'm training, and I'm encountering these things where I'm like, I should do an SAP. Will I? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So, when you sit down with a client and you show them that if they put this money in now and it compounds interest, and then next year it's going to equal this much, but when you believe it, and like if you add $300 a month for the next, I don't know, 100 months, then it's going to compound, it's going to be this much, and but like the person sitting there right now still doesn't do it. Okay, that's delegation. right? I use that analogy, you guys, because I know that Mike is in the finance world, right? But this is one of those things where they show you the whole term life insurance policy, and if you just put in $20 a month for your kids, by the time they're 50, they'll have $5 million, and you just don't do it. Right? Because right now, immediately, it's not urgent that I put the $20 a month for my kid for when
Right.
they're 50 or 60 years old and I'm long gone, right? It's not urgent. Is it important? Yeah. Is it part of my legacy? Absolutely. Is it urgent today? No, not at all. So if you think of delegation like that, delegation is compounding interest in your favor, right? Yes,
Yes.
things will change, things will move. I would say, with the rule of thumb with any sort of system, which SOPs are a system and they're a part of a system. The rule of thumb is you start with the people who are actually there with you now, right? Then you go to the process that is actually working now, and then you go to the tool. So if there's some sort of tool like Zoom or like this or like that, and it's not working, blah, 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 get yourself whatever works for you. Gabby and Fred know well what works for me is a spreadsheet. My team's not on spreadsheets. They use other things, but for me in my head as a spreadsheet. So where are the SOPs? Where are the videos? Yes, if you're holding the videos in Zoom, you're going to have to keep paying Zoom. Yes, that is true. You're going to have to pay Vimeo. You're going to have to pay somewhere or download them and have them on your computer and then share that heavy file when you hire somebody new and say, hey, watch this and then delete it. I don't know, whatever you want to do, right? Like you do have to store the video somewhere. Is the video really necessary after you get the SOP down? Maybe it's not. Maybe the point of the video is to get the SOP out of you, right? Because you're recording your screen and you're talking through what you're doing. Great. That might be a really big waste of everybody's time after it's been written down because it's a 7-step process or in a 1-hour video, right? So I'd say like make sure that whatever you're doing is something that does work for you, right? So if it's a spreadsheet where you have this are all my SOPs and not the ones for the future, just the ones now. Keep in mind, you guys, SOPs are for training. I know that this is like, I don't want to say controversial, but humans will not follow an SOP every single time. An SOP, and I can do a workshop on SOPs, but SOP always ends and then begins with a final checklist. That final checklist is what moves into your project management tool or moves onto your weekly yes, right? Like were all clients onboarded correctly? It could be another tab. Here's the 5 final checks, not the SOP, not how do you add them to Slack, right? I really honestly think some SOPs are ridiculous, but okay. But like, do we really need to like teach someone you take the email and you put it, maybe, but like just show them that. I don't know. SOPing to that level to me has always seemed ridiculous. But what's the final check? The person was added? No, the final check is that they have responded and posted. If they've responded and posted, then not only did you do your side of inviting them, but they actually got it and received it, and now they're posting in Slack. Because that's what we want. We want them involved in the community, right? We want them responding to the team, whatever it is. It's not that we want to just send them an invite. What good does that do if they don't accept it, right? So the final check is, did they respond, right? So your final checks can become their own weekly yes for each process, right? You can have an onboarding weekly yes. You can have I mean, these are like KPIs. I know that line gets very blurry of KPIs and weekly yeses. Make it work for you, right? So yes, it's work. Don't overdo it. Don't get stuck in the rabbit hole of like, I'm going to SOP every single thing. Just go to that essential list, Mike. Go to the essential list. Is it essential?
Yep.
Is there part of it that I don't love doing? Yeah, maybe I can get read a part of that. Let me see what I can do. Let me meet with somebody. Let me record it. Let me see if a couple things. You guys, my number one trick with this is we put it on there of like, do you like it? Because I want you to look at your calendar. If there's anything on your calendar that you look at and you go, oh, I don't want to do that. That information is gold.
Yep.
It's gold.
Agreed.
Right? If you don't want to do it, there's probably one of 2 or 3 reasons. One is you really, really don't like it. Sucks the life out of you. You don't like doing it. Great. 2 is you really don't know how you're going to do it yet. Right? And so you procrastinated because you want to do it, but you really don't know how to do it yet. Fine. That's good to know. Right? And there's a third I can't remember. But this idea of like, when you get to something on your calendar, you're like, oh, I don't want to meet with that client. Oh my gosh, why? I just don't like that client. Great, let's get them somewhere else. Let's get somebody else to handle them. It's a great, if you have a client that you really don't like working with yourself, well, your team might not like them either. So let's keep that in mind. Let's make a plan to welcome them out of your company, right? It doesn't have to be today, right? But some point. Or like let's see if we can adjust it. Like, do we not like that client because they're always crossing boundaries? Yeah, that's your fault, my fine friends. If someone crosses your boundaries, that's your fault. Only you can
Yes.
cross your own boundaries. That's it. You know, Mike, if you call me after 8 p.m. and it's not an emergency, right? I will be mad and I will never pick up again. You doesn't tell you to call me or not call me. You can call me at 2 a.m., right? But if it's not an emergency and I pick up, I'm not going to answer the next time. Who can mess that up? Only me, right? So this is where when you get to those things in your calendar and you don't want to do them, quickly check in. So because I really don't like it, do I need to get this off of my plate? Or is this because I don't know how to do it and I'm confused? And I know when I get confused, I get hungry and I get cranky and I go walk instead. I do something else instead. Okay. Lots of gold there, you guys, around procrastinating, why we procrastinate, why, you know, like looking into it. It's good stuff. Good question. It's worth
Good
the effort if
answer.
you're going to build something.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to build and I need to complete the building. I don't need to cut corners. Thank you.
Yeah, and like, you know, you guys, we want to, and this goes back to what Ray was asking too. We'd like to build this building to where it could be a high rise, right? It could be a 24 building, but we're not going to build that 5th floor before we build the 1st floor. Now,
Nope.
I know if you build actual buildings, you do the whole structure first, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like we got to get the base done first. So focus on what's actually in front of you, what's actually essential now, right? Like if you need a place to sleep tonight, don't go to an architect this afternoon and plan your 20 floor apartment building because you're not going to have a place to sleep tonight. And we got to start where we're at with what's essential right now. Other thoughts, other questions? Thanks for hanging out a little bit long. I like that. That was fun. Yeah. Fantastic. Greg, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for this. It's good. I've just started with WorkSitter a while ago, and so mostly it's been work sitting, doing
Yes.
the stuff I don't want to do, which is awesome.
Yep.
But I've delegated some, but it's kind of on a side gig project, so it's kind of
Okay.
safer because
Yes.
it's
Great.
like something that's cool, it's happening.
Yeah.
So today was good to start thinking about the essentials, and because there's many little essentials in my business that I don't like doing,
Yep.
or I just don't do. And so
Ah.
I'll start thinking about what those are.
I love it. I love it. And absolutely, like work sitting sessions are like they're my heart, right? Like, oh, bye, Mike. They like it
Hmm.
allows me to be wild and crazy and genius and still get stuff done that I need to do. And it keeps it safe on my calendar. Like I work sit every single
Yeah.
day, at least 1 hour. And it's like
Hmm.
it allowed me to absolutely love everything about myself versus
Yeah.
feeling guilty at the end of each day of like, oh, I didn't get this done, but I haven't. I should
Yeah.
be able to get it done because I'm a business
Exactly.
advisor. And like, what am I doing if I can't get my own?
Totally. I'm ADHD and late diagnosed and and
Oh,
uh
you're lucky.
and accepting myself and
Yeah.
going, you know, it's like
Yeah.
learning I'll never do my taxes, and so have somebody to
Never
do it.
will.
It's the same
Never will.
thing
It
with
is.
this,
It
is
is.
that client note take, guide, coach, and counsel. And
I love it.
so notes and invoicing that's complicated, or
Yep.
administrivia that is important but
Yep.
dreadful
Yep. I'm telling
somehow
you,
to my
like,
nervous system, that is.
yeah,
It's all fine.
I
It's
couldn't
just
understand. I couldn't understand this more. Like
yeah.
I'm there
So
and like there's a place where I shine and I'm
hmm
happy and I'm a
hmm
genius and I love myself.
yeah.
And then I sit
Hmm.
down to like write the notes. And that's why I didn't say, I will send you something because I've learned that I'm not going to do it. Like I'm not going to. I'm gonna feel bad. In a week, I'm gonna be like, oh, Greg was so nice, and I told him I'd send him this thing. No, I'm gonna say, hey, if you want this, email me.
Yeah,
Right? Like you email me, and then it'll be my email, and then I'll see it. Or actually, this time it goes into Gabby's email. Hello, right? Hello at WorkSitter.
sure.
And
Hmm.
then if she needs to get something from me, that's done for her. Thank you, Gabby. Right?
Yes.
But I
Hmm.
know that that's not what I do. And
Yeah.
when I try to do what I don't do well, it makes everything else in my life really painful because
Hmm.
it's like a
Oh
cloud
yeah.
of
Hmm.
shame and guilt carrying around with me. And I just want to be bright and happy. And I do hard work. It's
Yeah.
not that it's not hard what I do. It is hard.
Yeah, not
But I
everyone can do
love
what
it.
we do, but
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Very
exactly.
cool.
I'm going
Cool.
to take off. Thank you
Yes.
again
Okay.
so much.
Yes.
Thank you
Great.
all.
Great to be
Okay.
with you. All All right.
Bye.
Well,
Take care.
wonderful work today. And do take that list to your work sitter.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can
I'm
show that to your
gonna
work sitter and say like, hey, like look at what we did together. This is da da da, and here's some of the thoughts, and maybe this is the first one, maybe this is the second one, like sort of thing. Or like
exactly.
literally, like if is as long I always say like if I'm working on finance in my work sitter session, then I don't record. But if it's one of those other things, like just hit record, and or ask them
Right.
to record it and then create an SOP out of it. And then in the next work sitter session, we can have a little review SOP or whatnot. So
Mhm.
I love it. Fantastic.
Okay.
Well
Thank you
done. Okay,
both.
I will see you both soon, hopefully. Good to
Okay.
be with you, Greg, and
Okay.
fantastic. Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Have a great rest of your day. Bye.